nose wheel. So the rest of the nose wheel is done with that steering tiller on the left there.
This here.
So that's what you'd use to steer it on the ground with.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is only over the captain's side, because in the real world it's always the captain's responsibility for the aircraft on the ground.
Okay.
And then they take it in turns between pilot flying and pilot monitoring when they're flying the actual sectors. But as soon as it hits the ground, or touches down I should say, then it's the captain's responsibility, which is why the tiller's that side only.
And you have brakes on the rudders as well?
Brakes on the rudders as well, yeah.
So the top, yeah?
They're on the top, yeah, and
Oh,
as you apply them it'll release the parking brake.
We've just done that.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. And then we also have auto brakes as well in this aircraft. So we've got one for rejected takeoff, and then the other settings for various amounts of automatic braking. So you can brake better than a human can. So we only really use the rudders to keep ourselves straight on the takeoff roll. When we're in the air, we have a yaw damper, so that keeps the turns nice and balanced for us without us having to use any rudder input.
Yeah.
Angles of bank, so you can see on the gauge here, we've got 10, 20 and 30 degrees. And if you do a bank to the left, the arrow will come out to the right. That's the slight confusion.
Cool. This is smart, honestly. He's done a good job here.
Thank you. Yeah. A lot of buttons and switches, isn't there?
This is amazing.
How do you find the seat? Do you feel you're upright too much, or you feel?
Yeah, forward a bit, yeah, but it's all right to be fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you want to get the right eye height. I'll just stop the roll. To get the right eye height, you should be able to see the top of down the glare shield, but not the top of the glare shield. So
Okay,
you might be a bit too high. So the way to go lower is put your right hand on the grab handle, take your weight off the seat, and then operate the handle like a handbrake lever. That's it.
Oh, okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
there you go, perfect. How do you tilt them back? Is
There's that paddle.
Oh, yeah,
That's
perfect.
it.
Yeah, perfect, lovely.
So we don't really do power checks in this aeroplane, like you would in a Cessna. So we set 40% initially, M1, which obviously where the 4 is.
Okay.
And once the engines are stable, we then continue advancing the throttles up to the booked amount, which is just below 100%. It's 98.1 in fact. And then once you've done that, both hands on the control column, and then we're looking for the rotate speed, which is 130 knots. And then rotate, like I said, and then we'll get in the air and see how you get on with it.
Sounds good.
I've no intention of touching any of those controls, so you're flying the aeroplane.
Cool.
And I'll just do all the other bits and bobs as necessary.
Sounds good.
Alright?
Lovely. So put it up to 40.
Yeah.
Then you go full.
Then you go full, yeah. Allow that nose to drop down to 12.5 like you are doing. Set line power. Put round to 10,000. Yeah. So how many hours have you done so far total time?
I think it's about 7.
About 7, okay. Who are you flying with?
Frank.
Yeah.
Quite a bit harder to trim than a Cessna.
It is, yeah.
getting pressure this way, so I need to trim those down.
You're getting pressure this way, then you're trimming those up.
Those up.
Yeah. And let go.
Should we let go of the controls completely?
Effectively, yeah. Too much, then trim back the other way.
Yeah. Do you use X-Plane with this? Is that
So this is FSX, that's doing the visuals,
oh really?
and then all of the interface with all the buttons and switches and these screens is some software called ProSim, which is made by a Dutch company.
This is a lot harder to trim there. Is that alright?
Yeah, that's perfect. Went to 10,000 nicely. So you've done medium level turns?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you want to do a turn to the left, I'll move the bug as well just so we've got some reference, to 140 degrees. And level out at 10,000 feet at the same time. So that's 20 degrees. Flying very nicely.
Or one of these in my bedroom.
Yeah. Thing is, you never get out of it.
No, honestly, I just wouldn't. It would be.
I like how you keep doing a lookout as well. That's good to see. Yeah. So you can tell the difference between people that have undergone some training or haven't. They're maintaining a lookout. That was very nicely done. Well done.
How many hours have you done in a system?
Done about must be nearly 100 hours now. I would have thought thereabouts.
Really?
I started at Integrated ATPL to do this for a living,
Yeah,
and then lost my medical, sadly. Turn to the right now. It's going over Olympic Park here at the bottom. So the Shard in the window.
graphics, isn't it?
feel as the real aircraft.
Pretty amazing.
I had a Jet 2 training captain, a fly Dubai first officer, a senior first officer from Ryanair and a captain from Ryanair flight, and they're also very impressed with it. It's got the same look and feel. The real thing. Now, if you could bring us down to 3,000 feet, you can bring the power back to 40% to do that. It's just out there. Yeah. So effectively they're about to join a high downwind for 09, one of the 09 runways. That's effectively where we are in terms of positioning. So we've got commercial pilot ambitions.
I do, yeah, I'd love to, you know, like it's something I'd love to do. It's where I get there, it's quite a hard task, and it's
now's the right time.
yeah, I've heard that things are picking up in the industry, like it's
Ryanair are currently recruiting 3,000 pilots.
really
At the moment. Quite a few people come here for some interview practice because we've got all the assessment profiles.
yeah.
So we go through them with them here before they go off for their interview.
Yeah, I did see that to be fair, yeah. And I'm loving flying, like it's I just enjoy doing it, you know, something I do enjoy doing.
Yeah.
It's quite a steep descent here, isn't it?
2,300 feet a minute, yeah. We're alright. We're doing 300 knots as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Flight simulator at home. Yeah. Fly the 7.3 on there.
An Airbus.
Airbus, you're an Airbus man, right. Enough said. Did you ever meet Phil at your brief time with his brief time at Conington?
No, I didn't know.
He's a retired BA captain who used to fly the A319, 320, 321s around.
Really?
He should be here today. So when you've finished, it might be worth just going upstairs and having a chat with him. Because it's always about who you know and not what you know when it comes to getting jobs and things. So yeah, it's worth making contacts and things with people. He flew for BMI for many years, and then obviously they were bought out by BA, so I ended up going there. Ring here is 5 miles, 7.5, 10.
Okay.
That's the direction of the runway.
Okay.
As far away as 3,000 feet, we probably want to be sort of in this sort of direction as we turn back round onto the final approach. Idle the throttles as well, which help us slow down a little bit.
Okay. Just pull it back.
Pull it back, yeah.
all the way.
All the way to the stops, yeah. Just help us bleed up a bit of speed.
Yeah.
250 knots before I can put any flaps out, see, so
Yeah. Your maximum flaps come out to what, about 170 knots?
175 knots for flaps 30, yeah.
Right.
162 knots for flaps 40. I only know that because it's down here. Cheating, yeah. Make the turn when you feel you're ready.
So these aren't fly-by-wire, are they?
They're not, no. It's hydraulically assisted. You're in the circuit at the moment? Or not yet?
No, to be honest with you, been doing straight and level.
Yeah.
Turning. Yeah, done a take-off and landing.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've been quite unlucky with the weather really. We've not had
No, it's been awful, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've not had good horizons to be fair. I'm going to climb back up to 3,000 or should I just leave it here?
Leave it here, but don't go any lower. What's Frank like as an instructor and on the plane with him?
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. I really got on well with Frank. Yeah, very quiet guy.
Right.
But I do enjoy flying with him. He's very experienced in what he does, you know.
Yes. He used to fly down here, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. And if I want to try something, I wanted to do some stalls the other day. He definitely showed me, you know, like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
And this aircraft stalls, it just sort of sinks.
Yeah, they go down, don't they?
Yeah. And the stick shaker goes off, which we've got two of. You certainly don't miss them, they sound like machine guns going off. The problem with this, with the 737, 8 and 900 series is when you're in a stall and you try and recover, if you pitch up too much to get out of the dive, you then end up in a secondary stall. Because there's still not enough airflow over the wings. So which runway, left or right? What's your choice?
Probably more lined up with. Let's go left.
Left one, okay. Landing gear down. That's 15.
A bit more to the left now.
The slight crosswind today.
Just use the rudders when you're on the ground with the crosswind, or
Just to straighten the nose, you may need to, yeah. Not a great deal, I would have thought. Probably about that sort of amount, yeah.
did you work out what your build cost was and all of this?
Getting on about 70,000.
bought a Cessna for that.
Yes. And that was including doing the room, and this was an NDT room, that was a storeroom. So it included doing all of that, building the screens. I could have bought 2 Cessnas for that. Yeah, with the right price. Yeah.
Coming in a bit of an angle here, aren't I?
Slightly, just with like a little bit of wind.
Did you use runners to direct this right now or not?
1,000.
No, only really near the ground. You were just
Jolt it,
yeah.
Go back, yeah.
a little bit low.
A little bit low.
Yeah, those red lights on the left of the runway. If they're all red, we're too low. 2 red and 2 white, we're on profile. And if we're all white, we're too high.
Well, just maintain that.
500.
Maintain that, yeah. I'll put a little bit of squeeze of power in.
That's 400.
Screen touching go.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20.
So just have a habit of ballooning a little with the
10.
low wings.
Approaching minimums.
Very nice. Just gotta wait for the flaps to go back into the 15 window. And rotate. Positive brake, gear up. So up to 3,000 this time. See, there is quite a power pitch coupled with this aircraft, so as I put in power the nose will go up,
Yeah.
and as I reduce power it wants to drop. So every time I adjust that, you're always fighting against my inputs. Yeah.
So when you're flying commercially, do you, whoever's flying, do both controls or?
Yes.
Yeah.
That said, about 300 feet standard procedure to engage the autopilot and auto throttle. The auto throttle's engaged on the takeoff roll anyway, so it sets the takeoff power itself. The captain's hand's only there to eject the takeoff. As soon as they're in the air, they don't touch it anymore.
Yeah.
And then 300 feet autopilot comes in. Because it can fly much more efficiently than a human being can. The autopilot. And then it comes out again about 1,000 feet before landing. We'll just fly around the city and then you get a view of some of the sights out your left window.
So I'm trying to trim this.
It is a lot more difficult than aircraft.
Yeah, you should feel everything on a light aircraft anyway. Everything's delayed on this, you're trying to get in a minute and then... So that's not bad.
I'd say, yeah, that's pretty damn good. Just flying past the Shard now on the left.
What's the longest flight you've done in this?
I did the delivery flight in it, which is from Seattle. We planned to go from Seattle to Stansted. We had a stronger headwind than was forecast, so we ended up diverting to Reykjavik for fuel. So we treat it like a real aeroplane.
Yeah.
Went in there, filled up, and then carried on to then fly back to the UK.
So you follow real-time weather on it as well?
Yeah. We're linked in with VATSIM if we want to use that through headsets.
Oh really?
Yeah. We've got ACARS with a printer, so print out forecast weather, things like that, and that'll all come out. So,
it's real then. I was sort of saying earlier that you could maybe get the CAA rated as well.
yes.
Money, aren't it?
Yeah, it's 30 grand if they want. Yeah.
How long does that last for?
A year. And then it's about 15,000 a year to keep it.
You've got to have enough customers to be able to sustain that, haven't you really? Like that's...
But if you're doing MTC courses, then you probably have 6 guys on a course. They're probably paying £5,000 each, and you can do 2 courses a month. So
there isn't anyone around here doing it, is there? Like, well, your nearest is probably what, Bristol, isn't it? Your
Yeah.
nearest competitor, yeah.
That type of work, yeah. You can see the dome now on the left. If you want to fly around the back side of the dome, or the O2 as it's called, I think these days, isn't it?
We do a nice sharp turn.
Yeah.
Got a good feel to it.
Nice 30-degree turn. No more than 30. The autopilot doesn't tend to do any more than 25 degrees angle line. If you exceed it, if you go past it on purpose, you'll get a warning.
Oh, what, past 30?
Yeah.
Bank angle.
There you go. It reminds them.
You roll this, or is it actually impossible to do?
The simulator will roll, but nobody's ever rolled with the real aircraft. I
Right.
think the wings might come off.
Oh, really?
Because of the force involved. Just keep that turn going and we'll come back in and land in the other direction again.
Do we to level up here?
Yeah, level up with, let's just keep that circle there, that sort of angle there.
That would have made you feel quite sick if you're on air.
Yeah. So we'll line up that green dash line again. That's the plan.
This was in your garage at one point.
It was, yeah. I built the screens. This started to get some of the bits together. And then that big technical captain from Jet2. So I was working upstairs on the radio here. I was talking to him, showing him some photos, and he said, I think you're missing a trick. You should have it down here and make some money from it. He didn't really do much thought. And then he did sort of a spreadsheet about, you know, if you had this much utilisation or this much utilisation, then you can make these amounts of money. So I thought, okay, we'll give it a go.
Did you say it for yourself to begin with it?
Yeah, that's the idea, yeah. Simon, who helped me build it, he has one at home in his garage.
Oh, that's good.
It's in Stilton.
What a toy to have.
Yeah.
Although first I would have done an Airbus.
You can do Airbuses, yeah, that's the next one to build. Yeah.
Yeah. Just go right one, right?
Yeah, right one, yeah. Trigger this one for a full stop, so they're on the speed brake. It's auto brakes. Interestingly, Ryanair ordered so many of these aeroplanes that they no longer pay for brakes, they get them free. So they use as much braking as they think they can get away with, and then the least amount of reverse thrust they can get away with.
Fuel.
Yeah, just to save fuel. They only have a 25-minute turnaround now, so they have to be confident that the brakes are cool enough to do a stop if they have to reject the next takeoff. So they don't auto brake max every time, but they use normally 3 or max.
Where did you show your flaps on there?
It's here. So you're local to Peterborough?
I live in Cambridge at the moment.
Cambridge.
Yeah, I used to live in March, that's why I started flying the Collington.
Right.
1,000.
What I probably would have done. Marshall's was there, you have a Marshall's and a few flights was there.
There is, yeah.
But I do really like Collington, I think it's a really nice little club there, and
It is, yeah.
take a lot of care from the buildings and flying over there.
Yeah, they seem to complain otherwise, don't they?
500. 400. 300.
Have you ever go out the flight landing, film flight?
No, I haven't. I want to do that one day.
200.
I've done the Hudson. Well, you know, even though it was in an Airbus, but I still sort of simulated it in the dual engine failure.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. Approaching minimums.
There's a greaser. It's lovely. I said, I don't think you're very far off your solo, are you?
No.
Not with flying like that.
Thank you.
That was excellent. It's one of the best private pilots I've seen fly. A lot of people can be all over the shop with the trim and various things like that, so very impressed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. There you go. If you ever get stuck on a plane with me,
Yeah, you can land it, that's it.
Yeah, if I ever got stuck in a simulator.
Awesome.
Well, there we go.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant job.
Thank you. That was
It's
cool.
definitely a career for you. Definitely. After that performance.
I really enjoyed that. It's awesome.
Thank you.
That's awesome. How'd you get these back?
So first is the backrest upright, otherwise it hits the back.
Okay.
Just that paddle. And then there's a little- So release two. Try again. Okay.
This is so cool in here, isn't it? Honestly, isn't this the coolest thing?
Do you want your mate to take some photos of you on your phone?
Did you get a couple?
Oh no, I forgot.
That's all good. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, perfect landing.
Well, so we can see the view.
All the dials. Yeah, like honestly, I can't believe you managed to build all this.
Sorry?
I can't believe you managed to build all this. This is just.
If you flick, you see where it says lights test? Flick that switch upwards. There you go. I've got some more on.
Oh, look at that.
We've got
It's
the
awesome.
Christmas tree.
Did you get all? This is all real cockpit, I take it as well.
This is a fiberglass copy
Oh, really? Yeah.
made by a company in Portugal. So to get that shipped over. These bits from Poland, yeah. Poland. This is German engineering. The throttle. It's fully
We'll see,
motorised.
it's all going to disappear once we go out of the EU.
Yeah.
Actually, if we'd been out of the EU, it would have cost me less to build it, because I wouldn't have paid, because I paid the VAT in all of the countries around the world, which is higher than our VAT rates.
Oh, really?
If we hadn't been in the EU, it would have been cheaper.
Oh really?
Which doesn't make a lot of sense. Yeah. If I'd been VAT registered, it would have been easier being in the EU.
I like this. The height of technology that is.
Yeah. Jet2 have that exact device in their aircraft, yeah, and the pilots aren't allowed to touch it. So it's for the head of the cabin crew to come in and say, yes, it's secure for landing. So then they know that all the passengers are strapped in, so they can look at a glance. And then obviously, after the takeoff briefing, before they take off, the purser comes in and he or she will put it to secure for takeoff. And then until they see that, they're not allowed to take off or land.
Really?
That's their company procedure, yeah. We actually made that from photographs of the real one.
It's really advanced.
Yeah, really advanced, yeah. Doesn't go wrong though, does it?
No, that's very true. Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah. Oh, that was awesome. I think I really enjoyed that.
Good.
That was absolutely awesome.
That's what we like to hear.
I can't believe how this looks in it.
There you
And your flight computers will work as well.
go. Yeah, everything works. Yeah, so for example, if you turn the Pro Heat off, you get the master caution of anti-ice. Or if we turn one of the hydraulic pumps off, bit of hydraulic fail. When you see these switches, you can't just pull them, you have to pull them out and down. Just like the real one.
And you can simulate engine fires and
Yeah, all of that. So if you, this is the, where is it, this one? So that's testing the APU, and that way is the fire, and you go down. You test, you've got the fire extinguishers, the squibs that control the fire retardant. They're all there.
I'm truly impressed. Like, yeah.
Transponder, weather radar, even that works.
Really?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so cool.